Well, I was contemplating something. Yeah. What makes coins so cool? What is it about coins that make them so interesting? You know? And I don't know. There's a lot of things. I mean, one thing is a lot of the coins I own are made of very reflective materials. And maybe that's what it is that makes them so cool. Maybe it's the fact that they're just kind of mesmerizing to look at. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the weight of the thing, you know? I mean, there's a nice heft to these things. They got a little bit of bread there, for the oven. Yeah. What is it about these things? Is it the fact that you're looking at someone who's been dead for over a century? Is it thinking about all the people who've put their little hands on this very coin? What is it? What is so mesmerizing about these lovely things that I possess? And one day, after I'm long gone, someone else will possess them as well. Yep. It's all a matter of time. All a matter of time. Isn't that neat? Perhaps it's the lovely designs that you'll find on them. The artistry of it all. Engraving. Perhaps that's what keeps you coming back. Perhaps it's the precious metal content. Maybe that's what keeps you around. You like the idea of stacking something that is a known quantity of whatever metal it is. Something verifiable. You don't even need an assayer because it's already assayed. If the weight's right and the diameter's right and it's a recognizable quantity, well, you've already got a winner. Or maybe it's looking at weird, obscure dictators, people that weren't in power very long, and seeing the kind of things that they wanted on their coins because they had total power. So this is Mr. Horthy, and he was a pretty big Christian guy. Considered himself a regent for the Habsburg dynasty while they were out of commission after World War I. Aligned himself with Hitler to an extent during World War II, but he didn't really have a choice. It wasn't really a thing that he got to choose. But maybe that's not it. Maybe it's realizing that from the same region this coin was made in 1541. And, looking at the history there, looking at the fact that the symbolism, there you go, symbolism, knowing that at one point, God was put first, at least in theory. Now you're lucky to get an "In God We Trust" on your coin, aren't you? And some people complain about even that, don't they? And maybe they're right to do so. Maybe this same sort of imagery carried over to the holy days. Was that out of tradition or a deep belief? Well, I'll let you decide. But what is it about coins that makes them so interesting, so neat? The significance of some of these coins. For example, this coin. These were given out to monks who had really done well in their monkey stuff, monkiness. These were given out and in Tibet before the Chai-Coms came along. We all know that story. Maybe that's why. Maybe the significance of it all. Was it significant? Maybe it's looking at the power of inflation. I'm going to show you guys how quickly inflation can creep up on us. Look at Romania. This is Romania in 1932. 100 lei. Right? Yeah. I mean, that's not a big coin to be 100 lei, so a lei must not be worth much, right? So we're already experiencing inflation there. Because I bet you if I found an older Romanian coin, if there are any, I bet you that you'd be shocked. Yeah, how many fewer lei there were. But here you go. By the end of World War II, Romania wasn't looking so nice, was it, guys? And if you guys know the story of Romania, you know why. Look at that. 25,000 lei in the span of 14 years. The coins are roughly the same size, roughly the same ASW. See that? This one's a little finer, but it's 25,000 lei. These are roughly the same coin, silver weight. The silver value didn't change much. The coin size didn't change much. You know what did change? The faith and good faith in Romania's government. Well, I don't want to end things on a sad story, so Romania got their stuff back together to some extent because this is a 100 lei coin from 1995 that we got under melt. Yeah, 50 years of fun. So, there you go, guys. Isn't that cool? Symbolism, right? Symbolism is crucial. It's the bread and butter of any empire, any kingdom, any dictatorship, any culture. Symbols have meanings. Meanings bring purpose. Purpose, well, it brings action. And action, well, action brings consequences. Good and ill. What is it about coins that really excites and stimulates you? Are you guys more into generic bullion? Are you guys just collected generic rounds? Or are you trying to get in here like me and try to find some stuff under melt that has some history to it? I mean, how many of these you think there are floating around? From Latvia. I don't know. What about Finland? Do you guys have anything from Finland? Did you know Finland was a thing? Do you think about it very often? I don't. I'll be honest. But if you're from Finland, you probably think about Finland a lot. You probably wouldn't even know what a marco was, though. Because the marca hasn't been a thing for some time. It's euros now. So if you're a young person in Finland, you probably don't even know what a market is. And you certainly don't know what a penny is. Yeah, you probably never heard of a penny. You probably have never seen one. Man, those double eagles, that symbolism. What do you think that symbolizes, guys? Tell me in the comments. I know what it symbolizes. I know who was running things back then. And actually, it's pretty obvious by the symbolism, right? Let's just say there's another country with a very similar symbol. Anyway, I'll leave it at that, guys. I want you to contemplate what makes coinage so cool. And tell me if you like coinage. I mean, some people don't like coinage. Some people would prefer bullion that's strictly generic, strictly non-associated with a country or a place. You know, corporate overlords, sure, someone had to make it. Although unless you're, I mean, if you're getting like hand pours, then you're breaking even that mold. But yeah, prospector rounds would be a good example of the corporate rounds, the corporate generic stuff. It's all good though. It's all silver. Do you agree? If you do, let me know. I hope you find all the miniatures and collectibles of your dreams while you're awake, and I hope you have an amazing 4th of July weekend. And if you're not from the United States, that's okay. You could still enjoy it. I promise. Take care.